latest on the war in Ukraine. The European Union has announced an agreement to expand sanctions on Russia and ban more than 2/3 of Russian oil imports. This comes as Russian troops gain ground in the eastern Donbas region, where Ukrainian forces are fighting to stop its advances. Foreign correspondent Tom Soufi Burridge joins me live now from Kyiv, Ukraine, with more on this. Tom, what do these new rounds of sanctions mean for Russia, and how might they affect the war?
Diane, they mean three things in broad terms. One is that it's going to cut off a key Russian bank from the international payment system known as SWIFT. Secondly, it's going to impact oil. Now, what it means is that basically the EU, the European Union, is going to ban 2/3 of oil imports from Russia. That is tantamount to billions of dollars of revenue for the Russian government. Remember, Russian energy is fueling the war here in Ukraine. So it's a significant step, but the bigger question is whether the EU can wean itself off Russian gas. Russian gas imports are much more significant into the EU than oil.
Now, one of Russia's key targets in Ukraine, Tom, is this strategic city of Severodonetsk. And according to the Norwegian Refugee Council, up to 12,000 civilians may be trapped there. What's the latest on that? Are we looking at another Mariupol potentially?
Probably not as bad as Mariupol, I think it's fair to say, Diane. I mean, look, around me, people here in Kyiv are relaxed. They're celebrating the victory over Russian forces when they tried to get into the capital, visiting these burnt-out tanks as kind of tourist attractions now. But out in the east, in the Donbas, things are not going to plan for the Ukrainians, that's for sure. The Russians are taking territory incrementally. They now look to have taken at least a proportion of that key city of Severodonetsk. They've also taken a town in that area called Liman in the last week or so, and that gives them a kind of bridgehead in military terms, a strategic position to keep their momentum towards even more key cities like Kramatorsk and Sloviansk, places I know well from my reporting a few years ago, which are key cities in the Donbas on the Ukrainian side.
And Tom, I mentioned Mariupol before. Drone video released yesterday shows mass graves there. What does this do for the ongoing investigation into alleged Russian war crimes?
Yeah, look, I mean, Mariupol is a shocking situation. We saw when the Russians were sieging that steel plant, when there were still Ukrainian troops inside, the destruction, the utter destruction that Russia is bringing to this country in places. And it's not unique. We've also seen drone footage recently of another area. But those mass graves in Mariupol, I think, give you a sense of how many people are being killed in Ukraine because of Putin's war. And it also raises questions. Given what we've seen in places like Bucha, outside Kiev, the way that Russian soldiers have been guilty of atrocities on civilians in a mass way, it also raises questions about what Russian soldiers and the authorities, the pro-Russian authorities that they've put in place now, a puppet authority effectively, have been doing to civilians there too.
Now, Tom, a French journalist was also reportedly killed in the Luhansk region. France is now demanding an inquiry. What do we know about what happened at this point?
Yeah, this is a really powerful story, Diane. Frédéric Leclerc-Imhoff, 32 years old, he was killed in shelling, Russian shelling, according to the French government yesterday in the Donbas. His French TV channel say that he was covering a humanitarian mission. He was basically filming an evacuation mission for civilians out of a particular area, Severodonetsk, as we mentioned earlier. And today, a Russian state news agency has accused Mr. Imhoff falsely of being a mercenary. And in response, we've had a very, very powerful statement from his mum. A very powerful statement, basically saying, accusing this state Russian news agency of a lie, saying their statement makes her sick, saying that they will not dirty the image of their son, who she said was committed to democracy and the truth. And that shows you, I think, how low Russian propaganda can sometimes go in this war.
All right, Tom Soufi Burridge in Kyiv, Ukraine for us. Thanks, Tom. Stay safe.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.